At midnight, on a road with no houses in sight, you saw a bride wearing a red wedding dress, standing in the rain, raising her hand to ask for a ride. Would you stop or would you drive away? People say that anyone who opens the door for her will survive to tell the story. But no one is ever the same after that night. It was the last night of October. Lucas Harper was driving alone down Black Hollow Road, a place infamous for unexplained disappearances. Heavy rain poured from the dark sky. The radio only played static. Then something strange happened. The digital clock on the dashboard stopped exactly at that moment. The headlights revealed a woman standing motionless by the roadside. She was wearing a red wedding dress. Her face was hidden behind a thin veil. Slowly, she raised her hand, asking for a ride. Lucas hesitated for a few seconds. Then, he unlocked the door. The woman stepped into the back seat. She didn't say a single word. The strangest thing was, her wedding dress was completely soaked from the rain, but it left no water behind inside the car. Lucas tried to stay calm. Where do you need to go? For a long moment, there was only silence. Then she whispered, "Just don't look into the mirror." The moment she said those words, the radio suddenly turned on. A trembling man's voice came through the static. "If the bride is already inside your car, pray." The radio immediately shut off. Lucas tightened his grip on the steering wheel, trying to ignore the fear growing inside him. But curiosity got the better of him. He glanced at the rearview mirror. The back seat was empty. His heart stopped. He quickly turned around. The bride was still sitting behind him, silent, still, watching him, except she wasn't reflected in the mirror. A quiet laugh suddenly echoed right next to his ear. The GPS screen suddenly turned on. A destination appeared in red letters. The old chapel. There was no way to cancel it. No button worked. The car slowly turned away from the main road. Lucas slammed on the brakes. But the vehicle kept moving, as if someone else was controlling it. Outside the window, figures appeared between the trees, hundreds of them, all standing still, all watching the car pass by. Lucas' phone suddenly rang. The screen showed his own phone number. He answered. On the other end was his own voice. "Don't take her to the chapel." A pause. Then the voice whispered, "Because if you do, you will become a replacement." The call ended. The phone battery dropped to zero. The car stopped in front of an abandoned chapel. The wooden doors slowly opened by themselves. A church bell began ringing. The bride stepped out. For the first time. She turned around and looked at Lucas. Blood dripped from beneath her veil. But the most terrifying thing was, her eyes were filled with tears. Lucas gathered his courage and followed her inside. The chapel walls were covered with old photographs. Every picture showed the same thing. A bride wearing a red dress, standing beside different people. Each photo was taken years apart. 1978, 1979, 1980. And then, the final photograph. It was dated tonight. Lucas was standing in it, smiling, even though he had never entered the chapel before. An old man's voice suddenly came from behind him. "Don't feel sorry for her." Lucas turned around. An elderly priest stood in the darkness. He whispered, "She was never looking for someone to save her. She was looking for someone to stay." Suddenly, every person inside the photographs opened their eyes, slowly. They began stepping out of the frames. Lucas ran. He escaped the chapel. The car was still waiting outside. The engine started immediately. He drove away as fast as he could. When sunrise finally arrived, Black Hollow Road was gone. The chapel was gone. The forest was gone. As if everything had only been a nightmare. Lucas believed he had escaped. 3 days later, a taxi driver in another state picked up a man standing alone beside the road at exactly 11:59 p.m. His clothes were soaked. His face was pale. He sat in the back seat and smiled. Then he quietly whispered, "Don't look into the mirror." The driver slowly glanced at the rearview mirror. The back seat was completely empty. But from right behind his neck, a woman's voice softly whispered, "Finally. You brought me to the next one." Do you think Lucas really survived that night? Or did the curse simply find a new person to carry?